So why did I get into YouTube? Let's talk about it. So what does my old high school have to do with anything? Well, if it wasn't for this high school, I wouldn't have met Prince. Prince is a friend of mine who I met in 2016, my sophomore year at Laguna Creek. For those who don't know, I graduated from Laguna Creek. I'm not gonna tell you what year because you're gonna call me old. So anyway, you figure it out on your own. But yeah, I met my boy Prince here at this school, and if it wasn't for Prince, I don't know if I'd be into cars like I am now. He put me onto a big portion of the JDM community when it comes to cars, and even the JDM YouTubers that I and many of you watch today, as well as other YouTubers. A few of those YouTubers who I can name are Eliminate, Adam LZ, Jimmy Oaks, Dustin William, and Mike. At the time of me watching YouTube, you know, when I was mainly into gamers like Markiplier and Corey Kenshin, who are the people I watched at the time. But for me, this YouTube stuff with cars kind of started at a point in my life when I was going through some things. You know, I watched anime, but obviously, you know, I was kind of bored of it. And so one day, around 2021, I was just chilling in my room and I decided, hey, let me check out Eliminate. I seen a couple of his videos, of course, back in the day, but I didn't pay too much attention to him, you know, until that point in time in my life where I felt like I wanted to watch car YouTube, you know. And at the time, what I don't tell a lot of people is I used to be a rapper and singer, and I used to do music, so I fell out of love with it. And for me, I was at a point where I was trying to find out what else I could fall in love with, you know, because I wanted to find meaning in my life, you know. And at the time, I just felt like I didn't have meaning in my life. I was just living day to day. And for me, YouTube played a big part of me finding out the kind of person I wanted to be. One of the big YouTubers that I watched was Eliminate. Watching somebody from almost the start up until where they are, up until where they are today. You know, watching the process, watching the things they went through, watching the projects that they came up with and they made and created. For me, it was so interesting. I couldn't get enough of it. So I kept watching the videos. I watched it from the first video they dropped up until, at the time, what was the most recent one of that year, 2021. I also paid a lot of attention to Mike. You know, he's one of those people I also did watch. I paid much attention to at the time when I was watching him. He had, I believe, just got the 350Z, which is now an LSA supercharged 350Z. He also played a big part in my journey into cars because I got to learn more about the LS engine. You know, I knew much about cars, but not a lot. I knew that I liked the cars. I knew certain cars by name, but not as much as I know today. So I'm grateful for where I'm at today when it comes to YouTube. It definitely had a big impact on my life and so forth else. So I'm thankful. And for me, I just knew at that point in time that it was something I wouldn't mind doing as a career. So yeah, that's where it all really started for me. So I'm kind of still new into a lot of this stuff, but I'm also not. So yeah, that's when the car stuff started for me. And in 2021 is when I attended my first car meet. And from there, it kind of just went up, you know, seeing everybody else's build, seeing the progress from people who have started way back then up until now, seeing the love in the car community. Yes, it does have its ups and downs. It does have its negativity, but it has a lot of positivity. And for me, it's been dope just to experience it. You know, I don't think everybody gets the chance to, or even takes the time to. For me, like I said, I loved cars, but going to a car meet, if you haven't gone, it's a different feeling because you see the work that everybody else has put into their cars. You see basically how everybody else expresses themselves, you know, and a lot of people express themselves through their cars, and I feel like that's a good thing. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people may talk about your car, some people may love your car, but at the end of the day, it's all up to how you feel because you're the one putting the work into it. Music for me was a big thing. It was able to help me express myself. I liked writing stories as well as talking about my own life, but once it started to die down, I feel like I kind of lost the love for music, and cars kind of came into play at just the right time. So I guess let's fast forward up until now. From 2021 up until 2024, which I started my YouTube channel about a month ago. As many of you already know, I've had my Pontiac GTO since January of this year, January 22nd. I posted my first Instagram picture of it on January 27th. And yeah, you know, it's kind of just taking off from there. I'm blessed, I'm proud, I'm happy with all the work that I've done. And I just continue to, you know, put forth work and effort into making something bigger than what I have now. You know, my dream is to one day be able to have a shop with the homies and my friends, and also be able to travel and stuff like that. But, you know, we're not gonna talk about all about that and stuff like that. Like I said, you know, music didn't work out for me, so YouTube was one of those things that I paid a lot of attention to. Like I said, the people that I paid a lot of attention to were, at the time, Eliminate, Mike, Jimmy Oaks, and Adam LZ. You know, I didn't kind of pay too much attention to Dustin Williams and a lot of other people until not too long, but a couple months later and so forth else. But yeah, those are the main people I watched on a consistent basis. And I take a lot of inspiration from them. I still watch them to this day. You know, it's dope seeing different projects, seeing where they came from up until now. Eliminate was one of the biggest examples of that for me, was seeing somebody start from literally the bottom up until where they are now. So it was just a big inspiration for me. And so because of that, I fell in love with YouTube on the automotive side. And so I just told myself that one day I wanted to start a YouTube channel. It's something I talked about for many years. And for me, I think it was finally the time for me to start. You know, I have plenty of stories of when me and my friends would sit in my car, the BMW, and I always talk about, hey man, I can't wait till I get a cool car, and I can't wait to start going to car meets. I can't wait till me and the homies can, you know, mob out in a big group of cars to a car show, or even host our own car show. You know, so for me, this has been a big step of major progress, and not many people get the chance to even do that. You know, it did take a lot of hard work and so forth else, but not everybody does it. And I feel like, me personally, I didn't want to miss out on something I loved. You know, I figured, yo, if somebody else can do it, I could do it too. But yeah, that's kind of just a little bit of background for me and why I did that, why I just chose to start YouTube. Bear with me, I'm still new to this YouTube stuff and getting used to it, and just kind of being focused on the camera, you know. So yeah, I think we should switch the scenery up. So let's change it up a little bit. And we're back. As I was saying though, you know, YouTube was an outlet for me at the time in my life when I was going through some things. So it kind of just molded itself as a big part of my life. I think another thing for me, also loving YouTube and cars and wanting to get into it, was I didn't want to be one of those people that were bitter because they didn't follow their dream, or even knew whether they would have accomplished anything that had to do with their dream because they didn't try. That's kind of something I always think about, and I don't want to be that kind of person. I finally just said, forget it, and let's do it. Like I said, I've been doing it for a month. I've had my car for 9 months, I want to say, or 7. So it did take me a while to start doing it, but I kind of got to a point where it's like, yo, you're not going to know what's going to happen if you don't even try and do it. So a big thing I say for everybody is, if you got something you want to do, just do it. You know, don't think about what people are going to say. Don't think about what people are going to think, because everyone's always going to have something to say, and people are always going to be thinking about something. So you might as well just put it out there. I'm grateful that I did, because I did make a lot of progress. For me, 50 subscribers in a month is dope. So seeing the progress for me made a big difference, you know, and I honestly didn't think, I can't say I didn't know what kind of progress I would make. You know, I know I had good progress on Instagram in the time that I started it. So for me, it was kind of just like I got over another challenge. You know, I'm like, yo, if I could if all these other people could do it, why can't I do it? And that's kind of the mindset you have to go into certain things with, is that, you know, why should everybody else be the only one who can have a successful life? You know, no, things aren't perfect, and you don't know if things are gonna work out, but who's to say they won't? You know, and for me, I didn't want to live knowing that there was a mystery on whether something could or could not have worked out. So I figured, why not just do it and see where it goes? I think another thing for me was also, I just enjoyed doing it. You know, even before having the car and starting Instagram for it and YouTube, I enjoyed making content about my little BMW. You know, and no, it wasn't the best car or the fastest, but I just enjoyed doing it. There's something about the end result after you edit a video, seeing the whole video once it's done being edited and stuff like that, seeing the work that you put in, you know, doing the work. You know, sometimes it's cringy recording things. Sometimes it's very cringy, but you kind of get used to it. And at the end of the day, you kind of just learn to be grateful and, you know, give yourself credit for the work that you've done. Excuse me, you know, say a lot and so forth else, you know, I'm still getting used to all this. But that's just an important thing. Thank yourself, pat yourself on the back, root for yourself, because a lot of times nobody's gonna do it for you. You feel me? That's one thing I also learned, you know. Another thing is, don't get caught up on the numbers. Don't let the numbers and everything be something that you're looking for. Do it because you love it. If you're not doing it because you love it, then it's kind of not worth it, you know, because you're kind of setting up false hope for yourself. So if a video doesn't do good or a post doesn't do good, you're down, you're sad about it. But that's not how you should look at it. You should just put it out there because you simply love doing it, and wherever it goes, it chooses to go. You never know, because obviously there's billions of people in the fucking world, but you know, don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself because you could be slightly scared or something. Don't limit yourself because you think that you're not good enough. And don't limit yourself because you're afraid of what's gonna happen. You feel me? Don't, kind of embrace it. That's what I say. Kind of embrace it, because me personally, I'm so glad that I even started the content creating stuff when it comes to the car, and I'm glad that I started YouTube, because really it's been one of, I can say it's been a good, probably one of the best moments in my life, you know, considering all the things I've gone through in life and stuff like that. Even growing up, trying to find myself, it's been dope. It's been dope being able to meet all the people I've met, the friends I've met, seeing all the cars, going to all the events I've been to. I'm grateful and I'm blessed. And I hope that you guys can also one day do the same thing, you know. Just don't let nobody tell you can't do something. Keep your head up. Like I say, root for yourself always, because sometimes nobody's rooting for you. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys will continue to be with me on my journey into wherever this YouTube stuff goes. It won't always be car meets and stuff. It's just for now. It's my daily life. And what I'm doing. Sometimes it's car meets, sometimes I'm fixing little stuff on my cars. Sometimes I might just take you guys out when I'm going to do something. But I promise you, one day it's going to be bigger and better than this. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope that this was beneficial for some of you. If you have any questions, drop them below in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.